So we're going to go in there now, start getting it in, and just show you the whole process of installing some Snug Underfloor Heating into this barn. This is how it's looking, a little bit different to probably the last time when you seen it in the last video. All the pipe work's going to go through here, around there, across there. That is basically the base of the stairwell. That 10-port manifold that's going there. Bit of a fresh one today. I've just pulled up here. What are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 ports in, 7, 8, 9 ports in. So we're going to come off these two end ones, these last 2 ports, through there. That's the drawing, we've got it pinned on the wall. By the end of play tomorrow, Tuesday, we should have everything in. We're going to risk it. We've got 42 metres and we reckon it's about 40 metres. You watch though, we're going to come back and it's going to finish about here. Right, welcome back to the channel. If you're watching this on the Wednesday when I put it out, we are 3 days away from Christmas. So I'm wishing everyone a happy Christmas, have a cracking new year, and thanks for all the support through the whole year. We're coming up to the end of the very first year of this channel. I started on the 1st of January 2021, so it will very soon be its first birthday. So you know what I'm going to say, we are, I think the last count, 400 or 350 away from hitting 10,000 subscribers. Honestly, if you haven't subscribed, please just whack that subscribe button, because I want to try and get to 10,000 subscribers by January the 1st. I will stop begging then, so if you do it, you won't hear this anymore. Right, we're back at the barn conversion. We've had the underfloor heating delivered, and the next process is to start laying it. So we've got 10 port valves, 11 port valves, so it's going to be a struggle to get all the pipe work through. And because we're running big, massive 500-metre coils, having to wind it all in by hand, you can't get it bang on perfect exactly how I want it. So, you know, and the rooms are massive. I think there's about 2 mile of pipe going in. So there's a lot of graft just to get it in. So we're going to go in there now, start getting it in, and just show you the whole process of installing some Snug Underfloor Heating into this barn. So I've just got here this morning. The underfloor heating was delivered out yesterday, so what the lads have done this morning before I've got here is completely emptied the bottom floor. They're now going to get all the Celotex down, and then what we'll do is lay a membrane on the top of that, and then mark out where things like the kitchen's going, the stairs are going, stuff like that. Mark that out, and then we know where the underfloor heating loops are going to go. We've got a drawing from Snug. Snug have supplied all the underfloor heating for it, so I'll take you in now and just show you how it's looking, because it's all been swept out, cleaned out. Ken Bruce is ready with a bit of pot master. So this is how it's looking, a little bit different to probably the last time you've seen it in the last video, but it's completely been swept out. And inside here this is where we're going to start. This is going to be the boiler room. So the lads are going to start Celotexing all the way down from here, manifold position here, all of it. So all of this will be completely covered, and then we can start getting the underfloor heating in. So stick around, this will be a good video. So the lads are cracking on with the Celotexing. All this room now, where the boiler room will be, and it's like a utility sort of room. This is all done. So the pipe work, as we know, was running all the way down the back there. So this is done, and cracking on in here. So it's all going down, taping it up under there. Celotex is going in, taping up the Celotex together. Cracking job, mate. So that's the Celotex down, and what we're doing now is just fitting that matting on the top, and then when all that's covered in that, we can then work out exactly where things like over in the kitchen, exactly where the units are going. And like here is where the stairs are going to be. So the base of the stairs we can mark out with paint, and then we can just put the pipe runs around that. So what the lads have done is we Celotexed it all yesterday, got all the Celotex down. They put the blue DPM membrane down on the top, taped it all up, all around the sides. Now what we're having to do is go around the whole ground floor like what Sean's doing now, and basically this is the schematics for the ground floor underfloor heating. I don't know if you can see it, make it out too well, but things like these areas here aren't going to be heated. This is where the units are going, and then the kitchen here, all around the outside of the kitchen, obviously isn't going to be done. But this bit here, what Sean's doing now, is the bottom of where the stairwell is going to be, because the stairs are going to go up, sort of twist round and up to the top, or one way or another. So we've got to mark that out so we don't put any pipes over that. And then we're going to have 20 pipes all coming through here, running down to do all that side. And then in here, I've marked out, there's like a little island going here, units along the back there. There's another stairway going here, so this will be heated. This is where the stairs is going to go, so that won't be done. And we put the board on the wall, ready to get the manifold on. So when the stuff arrives, we can bolt the manifold on, work all the pipe work off from there, and start getting stuff in. Again, we'll mark out, once this DPM's all in the kitchen area, we'll mark out along the outside exactly where the kitchen's going to go. So that's the kitchen drawing. So all these units along the outside, obviously we won't underfloor heating that. It'll be all along there, all along there, along there. So the delivery's come, we've got the manifold here, 11 port manifold to do downstairs. So what I'm going to do is offer up where the pump's going to go on the side of it, then offer that manifold into position, roughly where we're going to have it, which is about here. I've marked on the end, which will be the end of the manifold. So what I'll do now is bolt that into position like so, and then when we start running the pipe work, we can connect each loop as we go along, so we know where we're at with it. So that's everywhere laid out now. All the kitchen units are laid out, the centre island, so obviously all the pipe work's going to go through here, around there, across there. So it's just about taking your time, planning it out, getting it all ready, and then, like I say, likewise, I think I already showed you in here. But now the manifold's on, in position, so we can start by doing the first 2 ports here, and they're going to do this room in here. Right, so we've got the first room done. The last 2 ports on the manifold are feeding this room in here. So this is like the utility room, boiler room at the bottom. So we've laid all that out. This one's in, and it's all going into like the little bits there where we've marked out where we can't go on the units. So we're round there, that to there. So that's the smallest room. So now we can start to take a run. We're going to come out of here. He's got the coil. Start coming out here, and it's the big long runs now, down to the end, back up, down to the end, back up. Because that first room has been a fucking absolute nightmare. The machine that we was using to stamp the staples in just weren't working. It was just constantly jamming up, so we've been out, picked another one up. Picked that one up there. So, right, let's get some bits in here. Right, so there we go, we've done a mega amount of this underfloor heating today. We've got all of this lot down, we've got all this down here, in the middle where that is basically the base of the stairwell, so we've sort of loaded everything out into there. I'll move it shortly. We've got all that in, all around the base of where the stairs are. Now we're starting to go up across, we've got this little area here done. So now we've got, I think we've got three more ports on this manifold. So we're going to come, this next section is going to be from there to there. So that will be the next one. And it goes down to the bottom and back. And then we've got this little smaller section here, be literally down and back. And then the last section is here. But again, we've got to bring, I think it's 3 ports, so 6 pipes up here. Feet 1, 2, 3. But yeah, all in all, pretty good, satisfying day today, getting all that done. It was a bit of a nightmare to start with. We fucked around for a little bit. The gun weren't working. And if you've ever done underfloor heating, you know you've got to plan out exactly where everything's got to go. So that was sort of stressing me out a little bit for the first couple of hours. But once we got into it, away we go. We've got the main runs coming down here, and then in this back room, you can't really see it, we're losing the light. This is like the utility room. So it's Friday now, so come Monday we will get the rest of these sections done, and then I haven't even looked in it. I haven't even looked in this bit for today. Oh yeah, so the lads have Salatex down here. This is all done here, all in here, and that bit, and Eskimo's bit, all in here. So this is the summer room. So all of this side from that's freshly being Salatex now is going to run off that 10-port manifold that's going there. So all of that lot in here is run off that one, and then the kitchen area and all of this down into the summer room at the bottom there is run off this 10-port. So we've got a 10-port manifold here, 11-port manifold over in there. Right, back at it Monday morning. Bit of a fresh one today. I've just pulled up here. Head in, boys.
Right, yeah.
Come on. So this is how we left it on Friday. So as you can see, we're now, what are we, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 ports in, 7, 8, 9 ports in. So we've got the 2 left. It naturally, slowly starts to push across the side. So you've just got to be mindful of keeping it in position there. We've only got 2 left, which is obviously 4 pipes coming in, 1 out, 1 in. So 4 pipes coming out and in. We'll get these last 2 ports done, and then that's this manifold done. And in theory, as far as we're concerned, everything can be screeded then. Right, there we go. That's the last one. So that's all this manifold connected up now, all the pipe working for that. I'll just take you and show you. So that's the utility. So that's everything in here. We've got all that pipe work here, all that back room. It's all in, and then all these other rooms. So we've got that. That's the back area, the snug bit, all the centre part, all the pipe work in here, and then down that end. It's funny because you try and get as neat as you can, but sometimes it's just the way it goes when you're putting it in. Yeah, looks pretty good. So now the next one is that manifold going on there to do this side, all down into the kitchen, into the summer room, and it'll do the kitchen as well. So this is the 10-port that's gone in. So we're going to come off the 2 end ones. Eskimo's just drilled. That's it. So we're going to come off these 2 end ones, these last 2 ports, through there, and that's going to feed the kitchen loops, as I've said. So that'll feed into here, and then the rest of them, we're obviously going to come off there, run around. The first 2 loops are going to do inside this little cloakroom, and then a bank of 8 pipes are going to run round here. And because we've got a step in the floor here, we've just had to sort of channel this bit. So we run down there into that. There's going to be a step off there to about here, so we can run it down into the floor and then crack on with the summer room. Once that's in, that will be all the ground floor, underfloor heating in, and then we can get the screeders in Wednesday to completely screed it. So yeah, it's got there. Right, that's the first port on this one in. So we're off there, through the wall, coil the other side, we'll do the kitchen, come back in and into there. So the kitchen's got 2 ports, we'll do the 2 ports, and then all of these lot we'll do the rest of there. So yeah, that's the first kitchen loop done, and we'll get them in the others now. There we go, end of Monday, it's going down now. That's all the kitchen done. Kitchen island in the middle of the units and stuff, so that's all that done. All the main sort of areas in here are done now. As you can see, and then we've started to move into the other side. We've got the other manifold on. As I said, that one feeds off into the kitchen. We've brought the other, started to get the others down now. So the first one, just as a little cloakroom underneath the stairs, you can't really see it. And then we've started to go down. We've had to make a little ramp down because this is going to be stepped. The little ramp there, so we've got that done. We've got these rooms down here and the end bit in the summer lounge. So yeah, and like as I've said, because we're running with a massive 500 metre, there we go, because we're running with a big, massive 500 metre coil, it is quite freely to get it on, but we're covering all the areas as per the drawing supplied by the team at Snug. So we're getting there. That's the drawing, we've got it pinned on the wall. So by the end of play tomorrow, Tuesday, we should have everything in. And then I think I've got a little job to do on Wednesday first thing for a mate of mine, and might start easing off then for Christmas. Right, final morning. We've got the last little bit to do. We've got this little section here to do. We've just put that one in first thing. Got this little section here to do. This step, and these two sections here. So, with a bit of luck, should have it done by sort of dinner time, I'd have thought. But yeah, we've got four ports left on that manifold. This area, and we're getting there. Right, so we've got a little section to do now. We've got this little step and this little step here. Now it's either cart that massive great big roll round, or on this roll here we've got 42 metres. It tells you how much is on it. Where's the end of it, Lee? There we go. So if you can see on there, you've got 42 metres, so that covers 42 metres. Lee's just stepped it out, and what did it come out at, Lee? 40 metres. 40 metres, so it's just a lot easier to uncoil that on them little bits and bob. So we're going to try it. So we're going to risk it. We've got 42 metres, and we reckon it's about 40 metres. You watch though. We're going to come back, and it's going to finish about here.
Have faith.
Have faith. Yeah. So right, we'll give this one a go. Right, we're about halfway through. We've got this loop in here. We've got that much left. What are we on, Lee?
20 metres.
20 metres, yeah. So we're going to loop back here, back out, round there, and back to that manifold. I reckon we've got about 5 metres spare, 6 metres spare. Yeah. There we go. Lee's at the manifold. What we got left, Lee?
10 metres.
10 metres. So either his steps are a bit short. Show me a metre step. It's about fucking 60 centimetres, isn't it? So yeah, but yeah, with that one, we just had a few little offcuts like that. So instead of Lee handballing that big fucking 300 metre roll around just for that bit, we've tweaked it a little bit because this step wasn't part of it. So we put that in, so they've just got a little bit of heat on it. So a little top tip for you, when you're cutting these pipes, I've literally just been outside nearly throwing up. I don't know if you can see it, that little cut there. We just cut that off the reel. I was doing the manifold, cut it, like so, and it's just flung back up and fucking whacked me in the eye. I think I'm gonna have a bit of a shiner for Christmas. Honestly, just had to go outside, wash my eye out on site, but couldn't have my eye out, so maybe I should have worn safety goggles. It's always the way, innit? Just right when you're right near the end, something always happens. Right, so there you go. That's the whole of the downstairs barn conversion done now. Underfloor heating everywhere. We're up in the top room, as you've seen. We've brought all the pipe work in through here, done all the different zones. They've just knocked out the pads for the stairwell, which was a bit of an afterthought, but we had to cover it up. Kitchen's in. all that's in. As I said, it's been enjoyable, but there's a lot of work that goes into it, and you know, unless you've done underfloor heating, you don't really appreciate, you know, what you've got to do to cover areas and stuff like that. And obviously we've got the top summer room, everything down here. We've made up this little step, and as I said before, this was the 10-port manifold, the 11-port manifold was the other side. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed watching it. As I say, there's a lot of work that goes into it. You've got to, you know, all work together. It's getting your head round underfloor heating. So a shout out to Snug. If you're in the market for underfloor heating, give them a shout. They come out with the whole schematic drawings. If you send off a drawing to them for them to price up within 24 hours, you'll have the information back on it. So that's all that in, and then I think after Christmas now, we'll be doing upstairs. So upstairs is the thinner board sort of stuff. So we'll get all that done. But yeah, just as a bit of an idea, that's your drawing you get with everything on it, or your manifold sites. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, as I said, hit that subscribe button. I think we are at about 250 now. So come on, just bang that subscribe button. Surely watching this underfloor heating's made you go, yeah, we'll subscribe to this guy. Seems all right. So there you go. As I said before, have a good Christmas. Have a good New Year. I'll try and chuck a couple of videos in over the Christmas time, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing. I'll give myself Christmas off, but if something comes in, then I will crack on with it. So have a good Christmas, and I'll catch you in the New Year.